friends, Dr. Renee here, the women's holistic health expert. And I am here today to talk to you again about stress. I know. I've been talking a lot about stress this month, but April is National Stress Awareness Month. And I wanted to end the month giving you a couple extra tips and tools that I use with my clients to help you with your stress. So today we're going to talk about some herbs and supplements that you can use to help with stress. Now, as I said in the first video of the series, I do believe food first. What does that mean? I do believe that you should try to get as many nutrients as you can in your food. However, like I said, our food is depleting a lot of nutrients now. The soil just doesn't have what it used to have. And let's be honest, a lot of people do eat a highly packaged and processed diet, also known as the standard American diet, which is deplete of any nutrients. So when it comes to supplementing, I really have to look at the individual as a whole. And just go back to video 1 if you've not seen it first in the series, where I talked about some vitamins that you can actually take and what I usually recommend to all of my clients because they're usually deficient and they get used up with stress. So what better vitamins to supplement with than the ones that get used up and are needed to help reduce stress? So today I'm going to give you 2 of my favorite. One is a supplement, one is an herb to help you with your stress, okay? And these don't necessarily get used up because they are not found in the body naturally, but when you take them, they are both very safe and natural, but when you take them, they actually will help reduce your stress. So the first one is L-theanine, or also known as L-theanine. This is my all-time favorite supplement, all right? It's an amino acid from green tea, and what it does is it actually helps induce what they call alpha waves in your brain. That it's an awake relaxation that you get when these brain waves are stimulated. So I always say it's like Xanax, a natural Xanax, because you feel relaxed, but you don't feel sedated. So you get the relaxation and the calmness, but you don't get the side effects from a prescription medication. So that is by all means my favorite. Not only does that, it helps your brain waves or adjust your brain waves. It also boosts something called GABA, which I talked about in the first video when it came to magnesium supplementation. But GABA, as well as serotonin and dopamine, which are 2 other neurotransmitters or basically chemicals that help with mood. So in helping boost the GABA, the serotonin, and the dopamine, it helps with happiness and calmness and relaxation and focus. So all those things that really get thrown out the window when we're stressed and anxious, right? And it also helps with focus. So a lot of times you'll see L-theanine or L-theanine combined in pre-workouts because it's actually synergistic with caffeine with that focus when you're trying to work out. But it also helps with focus, particularly in those with anxiety, because think about it. When you get really stressed and anxious, can you focus? Say you got a test coming up and you're so worried about the test, it's really hard to focus, right? This supplement could actually help you. And it's non-toxic. You can take it at very high doses, but my point is always why take it at doses that are not recommended, because more is not necessarily better. And in this case, in some vitamins, more actually can be harmful, but with L-theanine, you don't have to worry. You're just going to be throwing money out the window because it is not a cheap supplement because it works and it's really good. So quite honestly, what I would actually recommend to my clients is anywhere from 100 to 200 milligrams is my dosage that I recommend. You can take it wherever you feel most anxious. You can even take 100 milligrams in the morning and 100 again at night to help with sleep. There are really no side effects. So it's very well tolerated and very safe. Okay. And the second all-time favorite herb actually that helps with stress is my absolute favorite, what they call adrenal gland adaptogen, ashwagandha. So adaptogens I always like to think of as like thermostats of your body. It's going to adjust cortisol up or down based on what your body needs. For instance, if you have high cortisol because you're always stressed and your adrenals are always hyped and you're feeling like palpitations and sweaty and like all that feelings of a high cortisol, is actually going to help bring it down. And what I would actually see more commonly in my clients is because of that chronic stress for so long, their cortisol had been so high for so long that their little adrenal glands got tired and wasn't putting out the appropriate amounts of cortisol. So what ashwagandha will do then is actually raise your cortisol. So They'll calm you down if you feel hyped, and they will give you energy if you feel tired. So again, they adapt your body to where your body needs to be. And they actually mediate your body's response to stress. So they help be that buffer to how you respond to the stressor. And there's actually one study that showed after 60 days, cortisol levels decreased by 30%. That's pretty impressive. And actually the people that were in the study, when they did like their little questionnaire, obviously they noted that their stress and anxiety were lower after taking the herb for 60 days, so 2 months. So that's quite impressive that there's actually studies out there that have shown this. And actually I believe that study was 2012. So it's not that long ago. And how do I remember that? Well, that was the year I broke my back. And shortly after that, I was diagnosed with adrenal issues and put on an adrenal gland adaptogen like ashwagandha. So, I really feel the studies on a lot of these things are still few and far between because money can't be made on these substances. They're all natural. But I do think with people getting more educated on natural substances and how to heal their body more naturally, I think we're actually going to see a lot more coming out. As far as dosage, you really can go anywhere between 100 and 500 milligrams. Like with anything, I would actually recommend a lower dose to begin with and then titrate up if you don't feel the effects at the lower dose. And again, this is a very safe herb, and there's really no side effects associated with it. But the only caveat that I have to warn you about, which a lot of people don't know, is that ashwagandha is part of the nightshade family. So if you have a sensitivity to nightshades, what are nightshades? Nightshades are tomatoes, eggplant, peppers, goji berries are in the eggplant or in the nightshade family. So if you have a sensitivity like I do to the nightshades, I currently cannot take ashwagandha. So just know that, because last thing you want to do is have a sensitivity that's causing inflammation in your body, and you're really good, like myself, I'm staying away from the peppers and the eggplants. Peppers are really hard to stay away from, by the way. They're in everything, especially if you like Mexican food. And then take a supplement like this. So there are other adrenal gland adaptogens that are just as good. Ashwagandha just happens to be my favorite. So I hope this helped, guys. So far we've gone through 2 different categories of things that you can take to help you cope with stress, help your body cope with stress, and actually replete your body of some things that may get depleted with stress. So to finish up this series, the last video is going to be on what foods you can actually take to help with stress. So stay tuned, and thank you for joining me today.